Welcome to Everyday Epistemology, the podcast where we talk big talk ideas and see how they actually fit into our everyday life. I'm Ronel, and with me are my fellow university students. In my left is Matias, Alfred,
Hi.
Baltazar, and Paul. So now, my classmates, grab your drinks because we are going to dive into things that messes our brain in a good way though. All right, let's start with something everyone can relate to. So, Alfred, how do you think is theory of knowledge?
So, for me, when we talk about the theory of knowledge, my personal experience, when I encounter with this talk or theory of knowledge course, at first I was asking the question when we begin to enroll to this course, why do we study of theory of knowledge? It's not enough our knowledge that we have, or is it why we need to study? It's because we want to go deep into asking the question or to know what is nature of knowledge really for us in our daily life. So, however, when time goes, when we encounter with this course already, I can say that this course is really helpful and very exciting in my part. Now I look at it and I begin to ask the question in myself, it is belief is part of my knowledge, or I know something that I experience is a part of knowledge. So it is things that come to my mind, the question that I always asking myself when we go deep into this course. Of course, in the first day we are talking about what is knowledge. For me, knowledge is something that at first I say that it's just a belief that I know something, or I experience something that it is part in the reality of my everyday life. No, however, it is course really, as I say, very exciting. In the same time, it's a really challenge because I was encountering the struggling to know this terminology, the term that this philosophy trying to talk about, and the biggest thing that I encounter is language itself. No, as I say, I can say that I came from the country that English not my first language. So to delve into this mind of this philosopher about how they explain the theory itself.
Right, by the word itself, epistemology.
Yeah,
Even for myself, just spelling the word, I get confused with, shall I put E or I? So especially in a third world, like us, you're from Indonesia, I'm from Philippines. So English is really something, a challenge. Nevertheless, I don't know if all of you will agree. The course is very interesting course.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, when it comes to knowledge, nobody really think about knowledge. Much worse when they talk about now about how to prepare essay. Is that also a challenge for you? What do you think?
So, in my view, that I can say that, or my experience that I encounter, first thing to study about theory of knowledge. Of course, I have inspiration, or I have desire to more study about knowledge itself, because so that I can know more what's mean of theory of knowledge mean.
By the way, Tocatio, Baltazar, what was your topic? Which topic you chose?
So I'm going to write my essay about indigenous.
Indigenous type of knowledge. That's
Yeah.
quite interesting one. You
So
agree?
along the
I
way,
agree.
I begin to writing my essay. I've encountered searching some of the source, or I began to, because it says that with your own idea to to connect with this theory itself. So, but for me, I still struggle, and I'm trying to write my essay, but I'm trying to use some tools to help me to writing my essay. So far
AI. You use AI?
Yeah. So far, I am trying, and I have encountered this struggle still, but I'm trying so far.
How do you use AI? Remember, in the university, you are allowed to use generative AI, provided what? We have to, what they said? We have to claim it?
Yeah, I think for me also, I use AI to help me to do my assignment, because sometimes to dive deep into this theory of knowledge is not easy, because it is in broader sense. And then another challenge also in this time is for me is about this uploading in Turnitin. So the teacher said I have to give an accountable to what I am reciting or what I am citing in my paper. So it is helpful for me, this AI thing, because help me to broaden my, especially to help to utilize it in a good way.
Right.
As I said, to responsible and claim it.
Yes. You have
Yeah.
just
Because
to
we have to
claim
be
it.
honest in using AI,
Yes.
because this university.
There should be some integrity.
Integrity.
Right. About you, Matias, is there any challenges you have in this course, in the theory of knowledge?
Well, one thing that I encountered during this course, coming to the class, one of the things that I feel challenge is like doing my presentation. What I have to stand at the front of class and to talk at the front of the class, people that maybe I don't know them in my life. So one thing that challenged me also, that English is not my first time, just as Alfred was saying, and it's kind of challenging because how I'm going to structure my sentence, to project my voice. One thing that I feel like, oh my, I can't even, it is a scaring thing, like what to stand and speak at the front of the students, and I have no that confidence that matching with that, because it's needed confidence in talking in the public.
Right. And
Yes.
and on top of that, the professor will give you 3-4 questions. And if you're not ready, you're nganga. so it's really a challenge, you know. It's a challenge, but it's gonna exciting to present because it kind of broaden for me. During my presentation, well, I haven't presented yet, but in the other course, I have to practice, make sure I know the words. In the law and governance recently, I have to study the Privy Council and all these things, so that when they ask question, I'm ready. So same thing. I'm looking forward for my presentation in theory of knowledge, but basically, really, it helps. It helps us. There are challenges. It messes our brains. No, what do you think?
Of course, it's
Yeah.
true. Like when we talk about theory of knowledge itself, I mean,
Uh-huh.
of course, challenge as I was sharing, there is a challenge, but it's for me, when I begin to study this, it's really opened my mind and it widened my understanding about what's the knowledge itself that I have been encountered. No, I mean, what is knowledge itself that more deep? As it's not like before that I think knowledge is just my belief or my experience that I come with, but it's something that we should go deep and we need to know, especially as we study this with this course in theory of knowledge. And I hope in the future it really helped me to use in my everyday life to
Mhm.
encounter with the knowledge itself and as I live.
Yeah, I think that's really the purpose,
Yeah.
using it in our everyday life. And things are funny, things that we really don't mind, like experiences or things. But after studying philosophy in general, be it metaphysics or right now is this epistemology, it goes to the gritty nitty. It zoom in every little thing. How can you know what true is true, and
How do
how do you know what you know? Do you have really mind? Mind and body problem. So it really messes around. Said, oh gosh, are we getting crazy? Why we have to discuss these things? So I think that's really interesting. This theory of knowledge. How can really I know that I have a knowledge of something? And how can I know? Can I really know if the person is truthful or he's telling the truth? So I think that's really I could agree more of what you have shared, my fellow students. As I said, theory of knowledge, like your lens, like you're zooming out like a camera. You zoom out and zoom in until you see the
Very
tiny
details, right.
first part.
Yeah.
So we'll end this first episode, and we look forward to seeing you in our next episode.